back. Now, the new power supply appointment is confident that workers at power plants have the country's best interests at heart.
Well, the Electricity Minister Kgosientsho Ramokgopa is assuring South Africans that recovery is on its way. He's currently on a 2-week tour at the various ailing power stations.
That's right. He visited Kusile and Kendal in Mpumalanga, where he spoke to eNCA's Heidi Giokos.
We have taken a view that let's understand the problem from a perspective of plant managers. And that's why we took a decision that we are going to visit each and every plant and spend, if you like, a significant amount of effort and our energies trying to understand how we are going to bring back the units into operation, those that are out, but also how to improve, if you like, the partial load losses, essentially making the plants more efficient. So I can tell you when we went to Kriel, for an example, they tell us that once we are able to fix the cooling towers, and they tell us the amount of resources that are required to fix the cooling towers, they'll be able to ramp up, if you like, the energy availability factor. If we address the derating of the coal, essentially because of the quality of coal, now we're getting lower grade coal, and as a result of that, on 3 units we have reduced the number of megawatts output by 70 megawatts per unit. So essentially, if you address that, you get an additional 210 megawatts back. And then today we're at what I call the problem child. The newest of our power plants, 6 units, only one is operational. And then we know now from the engagement that then there's a significant, if you like, modifications that are done on a section of the components that has been giving them significant problems, which is meant to ensure that the desulfurization, essentially reducing the amount of sulfur in the emissions so that we don't get to contaminate the environment. So the team has worked very hard on the modification, and also as a result of our failure to do those modifications, there was, if you like, a significant amount of pressure that was placed on the chimney, and that's why it led to its structural integrity. We know now that the Minister of Environment has given us exemptions. So as a result of that, we'll be able to retain 4 of the 5 units that are out of commission. The last one will come in on Christmas Eve. So essentially there's 2,100 megawatts. And then the 5th of the last one of the 5 will come back in February. And now we are here in Kendal. Yes, 2023. And then now we are here in Kendal. They have shared with us what is the amount of megawatts that will come on stream by February of next year. They've taken to us through a number of actions that they are taking. We asked the issues about the power, the outage, if you like, readiness. So we are sufficiently convinced that there's an enormous amount of effort placed by plant managers. These are competent, patriotic and experienced individuals who are working with us to resolve this problem. So when I go out in the public domain, after we've visited all the 13 coal-powered power stations and also Quebec, we'll be able to say to the public, of course, we have engaged with DPE, Minister Godan, with the board and also the EXCO, who are aggregating these numbers. Remember the magic number, we are searching for these 6,000 megawatts. And I can tell you, as we move from one plant to the other, we are banking the megawatts. I know the timelines, and we'll be able to communicate to you once we have gone through a process of a robust interrogation, confirmation, so that everyone commits to those numbers when I go out in public. In fact, there's a layer of management at the plant level who have committed to those numbers.
So the magic number is 6,000 megawatts. When will we see the end of rolling blackouts?
Well, that's the point I'm making, that when I come back to you, remember that now I still have another 9 power stations. We'll come back to you. I mean, we really value this platform. This is the means for us to communicate to the general public. We owe it to them. The amount of grievance, discontent, very despondent, the trust deficit has waned over a period of time. People have lost jobs. The economy is on its knees. So it's important that we are able to address this. And that's why in the consideration of President Ramaphosa, you needed a Minister of Electricity to go down at the plant and a unit level. And that's why this is the attire. We are at the coal face, both literally and figuratively, so that we are able to address this situation. I am more than confident. This is a message I want to convey to the people of this country. I am more than confident that first will reduce the regularity and intensity, and ultimately will resolve load shedding.